The episode begins with Anirudh entering Rishi's house. Everyone sees Anirudh. Anirudh tells Janick that he wants to talk to her, but Janick refuses to talk to him. The media reporter asks Anirudh whether Janick is really his daughter. Anirudh accepts Janick as his daughter. The media reporter asks whether Aditi accepted this truth. Anirudh replies not everyone can accept the truth suddenly, and Aditi can make whatever decision she wants. The media reporter asks whether Arshi accepted the truth. Anirudh says no. One can change the truth even if anyone does not accept it. A media reporter asks whether Anirudh is ending his relationship with Arshi. Anirudh asks what kind of question that is. Puthul asks media reporters to not ask personal questions, and they need time to process all this. Sanjbadi requests media reporters to leave them alone. Media reporters leave from there. Tanushree asks Anirudh whether Arshi did not come. Indumti says Arshi should be with Anirudh in this difficult situation. Anirudh says he came to talk to Janick. He asks Rishi whether the latter can convince Janick to talk to him. Rishi asks why Janick would listen to him. Anirudh says Rishi is Janick's good friend, so she may listen to him. Janick asks Anirudh whether he really said he is her father. Anirudh asks her why she is not accepting him when she fought all this time for her. He says he came to accept Janick as his daughter. Janick says she is not interested in becoming Anirudh's daughter, and she doesn't need Anirudh's support. Anirudh tells her that she is his responsibility from today. Janick tells him that there is no need for that. She says Anirudh abandoned her and Newton. So why did Anirudh come today? She tells him that she doesn't want anything from him, and he should not try to convince her. Neelu asks Janick to stop insulting Anirudh like this, and Anirudh is ready to take Janick's responsibility, so she should stop her drama. Janick says she can make decisions in her life, and no one should interfere in that. Anirudh asks her to give him one chance. Janick refuses to give any chance to him. She says Anirudh is Aditi's father for her, that's it, and she will lead her life without Anirudh. She tells Rishi that she wants to go to college now. She goes inside to take her bag. She returns with her bag. Anirudh tells her that he misunderstood everything. That's why he left Newton. Janick says Anirudh did not love Newton truly. That's why he did not trust Newton. And she wants to be called Newton's daughter only. She leaves from there. After some time, Anirudh recalls Janick's words. He regrets not trusting Newton. And Janick, he tells himself that he is a really cheap person. He recalls how he did not trust Newton when she said she was pregnant with his child. He apologizes to Newton and cries. Anjana hears all this. She tells him that she never saw him like this. Anirudh tells her that he doesn't even have the right to cry. Now, he says Janick said she doesn't want a father, and Janick did not say that in anger, but that's her final decision. Anjana says decisions change with time. Anirudh tells her that he doesn't deserve Janick's forgiveness. He says he lashed out at Parashar when Parashar supported Newton and Janick always, and he wants to apologize to Parashar. Anjana says it will take time to heal the wound. Anirudh says both of his daughters hate him now. Anjana tells him that his daughters are in pain now. She asks him to wait and put efforts into making everything fine. Anirudh says he doesn't deserve Janick because he tried to kill her. Anjana tells him that one day Janick will understand he has been changed. Arshi comes there and tells Anirudh to choose between Aditi and Janick, and she won't let Anirudh say both Aditi and Janick are his daughters. Anirudh tells her that the truth is he has two daughters. Arshi warns him to never say Janick is his daughter, and she won't accept Janick, and she won't let Anirudh accept Janick. Anirudh tells her that Janick did nothing wrong, and he made all the mistakes. Arshi says Anirudh has this wealth due to her support, and she won't give a single penny to Janick. Anjana says Janick has rights to Anirudh's wealth. Arshi warns Anjana not to go against her and Aditi. Anjana says she is not against anyone. Arshi says her Family is breaking. And Newton destroyed her life. Now Janick is destroying Aditi's life. She asks Anirudh to transfer everything to Aditi's name. Anirudh tells her that that won't solve the problem. Arshi says wealth will give security to Aditi. Anirudh says nothing will happen to Aditi until he is alive. Arshi drags Anirudh to Aditi's room. She tells him that Aditi has been shattered because of him. She says Anirudh betrayed her too, so she should divorce Anirudh. Anirudh asks her what she is saying. He says Arshi knows about Newton already. Aditi requests them to not talk about it in front of her. She says she fought for Anirudh, but she has been proved wrong. She asks him to go to Janick. Anirudh tells her that his love for her won't decrease. He says Janick suffered a lot without a father all these years. Arshi tells him to go and live with Janick if he regrets it. Then Anirudh asks her to not leave him. Arshi asks him whether Janick won't accept him. Aditi asks them to leave her room. Anirudh asks whether Aditi won't go to Rishi. Aditi says she won't go to Rishi, and Anirudh is responsible for her situation. Arshi says she can't face anyone because of Anirudh. Aditi asks why Anirudh wants to accept Janick when Janick doesn't want him. Anirudh says the truth is Janick is his daughter, so he can't leave Janick after learning the truth. Aditi tells him that then the topic is over. She says Janick ruined her and Rishi's relationship. Anirudh says Janick is not like that. Arshi taunts Rishi for defending Janick. Aditi says she will accept that she doesn't have a father. Anirudh says both his daughters are equal for him. Aditi asks him to choose between her and Janick in 24 hours. The episode begins with Janick crying seeing Newton's photo. She recalls the moment she spent with Newton. Rishi comes there and asks her why she is not studying. Janick tells him that she wants to be alone now. Sanjbadi comes there with Dridaman and Puthul. Puthul asks why Janick is looking sad. Janick replies she is missing Newton so much today. She talks about how Newton did her upbringing. She also says how Parashar took care of her and supported her. And she is not Parashar's responsibility, but still he did everything for her. That's why Parashar is her father. Neela comes there and says Janick did so much drama to prove Anirudh is her father, but now refuses to accept him as her father. She asks why Janick did all the drama. Janick asks why Neelu is interfering in her life. Neelu says Janick is really cunning. That's why she went to the media before going to court. And Janick wanted to make Anirudh a villain. Rishi asks her what she is saying. Neela tells him that she is telling the truth. She says now the media will say Janick is a naive girl and Anirudh will be bashed. And she is sure later Janick will demand wealth from Anirudh, definitely. Janick says Neela never understood her, so she won't explain anything to the latter. Neela says Janick wants everything but acts like she doesn't want anything. She asks how long Janick will stay there as a burden when Anirudh is ready to take Janick's responsibility. Janick says she fought for Newton's sake. Puthul asks whether Janick won't forgive Anirudh. Janick asks why Puthul is asking this. She says if she accepted Anirudh, then it would look like she fought for his wealth. But the truth is she would have fought even if Anirudh was poor. Rishi tells her that he feels Anirudh has been changed a little bit after learning the truth. Janick says that doesn't matter for her, because Newton is not with her. Sanjbadi asks whether Janick won't keep any relationship with Anirudh, ever. Janick shook her head. She says she will leave from there after completing her studies. Rishi tells her that she can't go anywhere. Neelu asks him whether he talked to Aditi about it. Rishi asks why Aditi should learn about it. Neelu says Aditi is mentally disturbed and Rishi should go to Aditi but is wasting time by talking to Janick. Rishi says Neelu should not interfere in his and Aditi's matter. Sanjbadi tells Rishi that Aditi is not fine now. Rishi says Aditi should handle this situation alone. He tells Janick that Aditi left his life, and he loves Janick and wants to marry her. Janick warns him to not talk like this again. Rishi tells her not to worry about society. He says he knows Janick loves him. Janick asks him what he is saying. Rishi says he won't talk about it again if Janick doesn't love him then. Janick tells him that she is tired and she doesn't want to talk about it. Rishi asks her to say she loves him. He says Janick would have rejected him if she did not love him then. He requests her to reply. Janick cries. Rishi smiles. He says he understood Janick loves him. Neelu says this is ridiculous. She tells Rishi that his divorce has not happened with Aditi yet. Rishi tells her that divorce will happen and he will handle that. Neelu leaves from there angrily. Rishi also leaves from there. Puthul asks why Janick did not say she loves Rishi. Janick cries, hugging Puthul. On the other side, Aditi asks Anirudh to choose between her and Janick in 24 hours. Anirudh tells her that he can't choose one daughter. Aditi refuses to accept Anirudh as a daughter. Anirudh says Janick also said the same. Aditi says she doesn't want anything from Anirudh, and she will leave the house in a few days. Anirudh tells her that this is her house. Aditi tells him that he was her hero, but she doesn't want anything. She leaves from there. Arshi requests Anirudh to forget Janick. Anirudh tells her that's not possible. Arshi leaves from there angrily. The next day, in the college, Mishti's friends apologize to Janick. Janick asks them whether they are doing this because she is Anirudh's daughter. She says she did not accept Anirudh as a father because he abandoned her and her mother. Mishti also apologizes to Janick. On the other side, Sanjbadi tells Dhridaman that she can understand what all Newton went through as a woman. She says no one believes a woman's truth without proof, and one should not lose self-respect in love. Dhridaman tells her that she waited for him all these years without losing her identity. Sanjbadi compares Dhridaman with Anirudh, and Janick's decision is right. Dhridaman agrees with her. Sanjbadi says she is feeling bad for Aditi because Aditi did nothing wrong. Dhridaman says he is also feeling bad for her. He tells her thanks for waiting for him. He hugs her. Sanjbadi tells him thanks for returning to her alive. The episode ends. Precap. A man gives a flower bouquet and sweets to Janick on behalf of his boss. He tells Janick that his boss is going to be admitted to the hospital, and it would be good if Janick met his boss then. Our take. Rishi proposes to Janick and demands a reply from her shamelessly. How can he do this when he is legally Aditi's husband? And Janick is also shameless. That's why she did not reject Rishi. Rishi is planning to divorce Aditi and then marry Janick. And he doesn't care about Aditi and her pain. That's why. He doesn't deserve her. Aditi refuses to accept Anirudh as a father because he refused to choose one daughter. And she also decides to leave Anirudh's